You're
All
right.
right.
It's 9:01, man. We are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. And hello, world. I'm Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, certified tax coach. I'm also the CEO, president, founder of the Henderson Financial Group, located here in Miami Lakes, Florida. We're a full service financial planning firm. We've been in business over 30 years. And joining me live here on this wonderful, beautiful, God blessed day is my partner, my friend, my brother from another mother, the living legend, Mr. James T. Thomas. Yes, from
I'm
Hot
proud.
105. How you
I'm
doing,
proud
my
to be. Oh, brother, I'm doing man. I'm doing good, Rob. Like up early, studying, talking with. Well, I have friends that know that I'm up early. Rob, I got friends that don't mind calling me at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
They
Now,
got
now,
your number, man. They
now,
got your number. They know.
now, Rob, they know that I'm studying, right? But they'll call anyway. I won't call no name, but there's only one. There's only one that I just if he's on the road, hey, I know you up. I know you up. you know. And, and then this morning he called me, and we started talking radio, of course. And then he turned around. Hold on a second, and he puts another person on the line, and we find out that she was just getting back from the Tom Jordan Fantastic Cruise. She said, yeah, she said, "Oh, we're about to get off the ship." He said, "What ship?" So anyway, shouts out to Joe Bullitt, by the way. That's all. I just leave it there. But nevertheless, Rob, I'm having a great day. Had a great week, and things are happening, man. I love the fact that in all the chaos that's going on in the world, you know, you and I, we look for good and we look for opportunities. We know because we know that they're there. But some great things are happening, and I certainly hope that our listeners will be aware of the fact today, and our viewers and those who will check in. Hey, when you check in with us, I know you guys like to check in and leave your name, but make a comment, say something other than just who you are. We want to recognize who you are, but tell Robert he's doing a good job. Tell him that hey, he gave you an idea. Or tell him that you told someone else about the program and about his company. Share something with us about yourself and what you may have gained or gleaned from these Saturday mornings and Wednesday afternoons when he and High C, come on and they share this information because Rob, it is that time that people must realize that opportunities are available that have never been available before. I was watching something on either TV or social media where a gentleman was talking about uh, how he's created a program to help parents and students who are about to prepare for college and how they can get funding and see. And if you waited until now to prepare and to plan, you're really late, but it's never too late to start. You may be late, but it's not too late to start and to get ideas and to get more information so that you can help your children, help yourself, and know how to quote unquote, hey, make that money go a long way.
You said that right, man. You said that right. Miss Redhead said, Mr. Henderson is a great teacher.
Oh, great!
Yay!
All right, that's yeah. Thank you very much. See that I love that, Mr. Redhead. Thank you, thank you.
She says better late than never. That's right, Mrs. Redhead. Those my two of my favorite people there, you know. What's up, P? Parnell Victor is in the house. We got Miss Brenda Brown in the house. You know, we got people filling in, and some people watch us every Saturday or every Wednesday, and they don't really post or comment. You know, people from all over the country, you know, but they're here, and we're glad to know that you're here. But James C was just saying, sometimes just let us know you're here. I have some people that tell me listen to the show, or look at the show all the time, and I never knew it because they never post or never say hello. Just say hello. I'm here. You know, Islam. Good morning. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Same thing. Because I talk with, they start texting me sometimes, Rob, while we're here. People will be, I'm saying, why don't you put the comment in the comment section? Don't be texting
Some
me.
people bashful, man. They want to just stay on the
Oh,
low,
right,
on the low
right.
low.
Yeah, okay. But if you have questions or if you have comments or if you have gleaned anything, shared with other people, because when you start posting, here's what happens other people will follow suit because they feel comfortable in being a part, because we're all. One thing that I also learned this week, Rob, I was me- talking to, I want to say mentoring, but not mentoring people. What we do is just share. So I was sharing some information with several people this week, and one of the things that I'm finding out is that other cultures work so closely together with sharing information so that everyone grows. And when everyone grows, everyone grows. It's not like if I give you a good idea, or if I come over and see that you're doing something at the house and I help you, I mean, we all win in that. We all win. Helping others helps yourself.
Always, always.
Always.
That's the Henderson Financial Group motto. That's our motto.
Serving others
That's right.
serves yourself. Okay,
Because
that's enough for me, Rob. Go ahead.
because James, a lot of people, are unaware, and there's a lot of things to not know,
Mhm.
And then you want to be aware. You wonder why this person seems like they're having a more prosperous financial life. Maybe they know something you don't know. There's so much to know. So really, man, most of us, we should spend a lot of time trying to know. I mean, to know something, because there's so much to know. And I say the reason why somebody is left back is because they don't know something. It's
Mm.
something that they do not know. It's something that they do not understand. And in all you're getting, get understand. Get understanding. That's why when I before we went on, I was telling you a few things I want to talk about, and more like fun facts, because people just don't know. And we're in the knowing business. It's our job to know, to find out, to figure it out, to help, to serve, to bring it to you. That's what we do. We're not like the news. We want to report all tragic things and things that they're going to scare you and depress you and make you afraid. Our knowing, and what we need to know and tell you, things that's going to help you, things that's going to help your life, things that's going to make you better, things that's going to have you think outside the box. As I was driving in today, and I had the radio on, and they were talking. It was a questionnaire, and they were asking people different questions, like Jeopardy and all that, right? And I remember actually, growing up in high school and stuff, and there's certain subjects that I just took to, certain subjects I just blacked out. In school, I just didn't really care about it. It didn't interest me. I just blacked out. Now, one of the subjects that I liked, and I liked it because I felt I needed to know. I needed to know was basic math. I just thought that if I was going to be able to count my money, if I was going to be able to have enough money so I can navigate through this life, I needed to know how to count money. I needed to know $2 make $2. $1 here, another one, that's $2. I just needed to know that. I needed to know that. That was very important to me. What wasn't important to me, James, at that time was how many ounces there were in a pint. Just, I didn't take a lot of interest in that, because
Okay.
I didn't see how that was going to, affect my business. How many ounces were in a gallon? I just didn't see. Not until, I get to that point where I needed to use gallons and how many ounces and a half ounce. Then I needed to know about that. I was always on a more of a need to know, as I go and as I expand and as I grew and as I learned, I wanted to get everything that came along with, growing. So it's just a lot of things, but I never like to waste a lot of time on things that wasn't going to be useful for me. Like I never cared about, about the Navajo Indians. I just what happened. I just never cared, because where I grew up in the hood, there were no Navajo, no Indians, and I need to know their history. I just didn't need to know that, so I blocked that out, and I probably failed that on tests. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that you go through this throughout your life on a need to know. All of us need to know about our finances. All of us need to know about our money, because it helps us in terms of our lifestyle. So I want to start off. This is something that keeps coming to me, and a lot of professional people, lawyers, doctors, teachers, engineers. I mean, scientists. they I guess they on to what they do, but they don't know certain things. When you walk into a credit union or you walk into a bank,
Look like we froze here.
3 months.
Okay.
Can you
Oh,
hear me, Jay?
you're back. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you froze for a second. Go start back to the top.
Yeah. Okay. So, as I was saying, I keep getting these people asking me about the CDs and how much they're paying. And one guy, these are smart people. These are attorneys, these are scientists, these are engineers, these are doctors, and professional people, teachers. And they said, Robert, right now you can get a 3-month CD and get 6%. And there's a lot of people don't understand because they read it at first face value. They look at it and they say, oh, if I put $10,000 in the CD right here in big bold print, so they're going to pay me 6% for 3 months. And I was just talking to a chiropractor just this week. And we had a conference call. And it was she really felt that she was going to she had put $200,000 inside of a 3-month CD because she felt that it said 3-month CD 6%, but that's not true. In small print, you'll see APY, annual percentage rate.
Right.
What's up, my cousin Terry? Y'all say good morning, my cousin Terry, all the way Ohio. Good morning, cousin Terry. I'm glad to see her on. And who is that? Nail Mania. Good morning to you.
Nail Mania, Nail Spa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, Michelle Harris, Islam. She really thought, she said, Henderson, I only put in there for 3 months, then I'm gonna take it out and bring it to you. I say, do you really think you're getting 6% on 200,000? You really think you're gonna get $12,000 in 3 months? She said, yes, that's what the print said, right there at the credit union.
But she didn't read that small print underneath there.
No, because they have that in little thin, skinny letters and it's small. And I want to so today I'm talking about this because there's a lot of good, law-abiding, God-fearing, good people that have been duped by this. And the banks and the credit unions and the lending institutions, they do it because they know you don't really know. So I said to her, so you put $200,000 in that short term, 3 months, and you feel that $200,000 at 6% was going to give you $12,000 extra. So at 3 months, you feel you was going to be able to take your $200,000 out plus get $12,000. She said, that's right. That's what it said. 3 months, three-month CD paying 6%. So I said, okay, so you feel that, and I said, I wonder how many more people feel the way you feel because you're quite intelligent. She said, a lot of us feel like that. She says, so she figured she'll put in $200,000 for 3 months and they'll pay her 6%. When it matures, she'll say, oh, thanks for my $12,000. Oh, roll it over for another 3 months. And then she'll get another $12,000 for 3 months, right?
Well, so she may think that, but it ain't right.
Right, but she thinks that. But there's a lot of people that's on this show right now. This is new to them. They did not know that. And then so then they'll say, okay, roll it over for another 3 months. So now it's 9 months. And they feel that the bank or the credit union is going to give them another 6%. And then they feel the last 3 months of the year, they roll it over again and they're going to get another 6%. If you add that up for the whole year, they feel that they got 24% on that $200,000. And because when you look at the print, it says 3-month CD paying 6%. And people just read that and they just take it face value, word for word. But that's not what it is. When they tell you, and they try to mix it up, Jane, some of them will say 5-month CD, 6%. Some of them will say 6-month CD, 6%. So in your mind, you're thinking 6 months, 6%, another 6 months, another 6%. That's 12% for the year. Oh, you got 12% for the year guarantee in the bank. No. When they say 6%, that's all you're getting for the whole year. You can slice it up however you want to. 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 8 months, 7 months. That's all hocus pocus. It's 6% for the whole entire year. You can take your money out at the end of that term, but they're gonna divide the 6% up, divided by 3 months and slice it. So in other words, if it's gonna be 3 months, they're not giving you 6%. They're giving you what, 1.5%. You follow me? And if you go, that's the way it is. But most people don't understand that because that's not financial literacy. Let me tell you something. They made the world so hard, like Bob Marley says. They made the world so hard. That's one of his songs. Why they made the world so hard for you to figure it out? Because they gave me a test when I was a little shorty on how many ounces was in a pint. Now, how was that going to help me?
But they thought you were going to be a farmer.
No, that should have been designed for farmers. I didn't need to know about how many ounces was in a pint.
They thought you might be a scientist or something. You might work. You might produce a product, a liquid product, Rob, and they wanted you to sell it by the ounce. You could have gone into the perfume business.
No, but that's vague. That's like telling a female what's a down and out. Right? What's a down and out? If she was in the football, she know what a down and out is. But if she ain't in the football, what she need to know what a in and around is? She need to know that. And they teach everybody the same thing. This girl ain't going to football. Why she need to take a test on what's the flea flicker? Go for the bomb. Well, I mean, she don't know what that is. So if I'm not gonna be a scientist, why I need to know how many ounces in a pint? When I get to that point, I can look at the bottle or I can ask somebody.
But you might do like the bank. You might get tricked.
I can ask somebody.
Okay. Now that's a key. Now and that's what we want our listeners to do and our viewers to do. We want them to ask the questions. Now, when you just said that, somebody didn't get that when you started that conversation. But nobody in our chat or in our comment section, nobody said, well, wait, Rob, I would believe that. I would believe that I was going to get 6% if it said 3 months, but you said you did. And see, you didn't ask anybody. Well, when you ask somebody, they might tell you.
Okay, so let's ask them now. Let's ask them now. How many of y'all think that the way the banks and credit unions, they advertise CDs can be misleading, is misleading?
Oh, man.
Okay. Put a 1 in if you think it's misleading. Put a 2 in if you think no. Everybody knew that they're not getting 6% in 3 months. I mean, how many people think that that's so clear? Because I get people calling me and they were confused. They really thought word for word, they read it and it said 6% 3 months or 6% CD for 5 months or 6% CD for 5, like Parnell. Now, Parnell worked with a bank and he says it's very misleading because I'm pretty sure he get people thinking that too. Mm-hmm. These are good people. Like I said, they didn't know, just it's like you asking them something that they don't know. They don't know. So it's misleading. So you put it there. It's the same thing about what's, you look at the ingredients on the food that we eat. It's all misleading. I mean? They know you don't know. Some of the words can't even pronounce. And they're telling you what's in the food. And it's some kind of science word, It's sodoglutamine.
Okay.
Sodoglutamine is in this can right here. They know you don't know what sodoglutamine is. You know what I mean? And that's why I said Bob Marley, man, his songs. I liked it. His lyrics are so good. They made the world so hard. People every day. Now, okay, so we got that out of the way. Like I said, today is fun facts. And I want you to take, and whatever you learn, I want you all to share this. Share these conversations with your neighbors, with your people, with your family members. A lot of older people, what I just said, definitely don't know that. Grandpa that's keeping his money inside the bank, I promise you, he don't know that. Because no one has actually had a conversation with him. So it's kind of like, when I was growing up and they asked me, how many ounces in a gallon, I didn't interest me. I mean, I figured it out. I looked on somebody else's page because I didn't care. That didn't, James, that really, it was nothing to me. Okay. Nothing to me. You know what I mean?
But Rob, it makes you well-rounded. They wanted you to be a well-rounded individual. But going back to your point about that, what about if people already have their money in the bank in a CD? Now, should they take advantage of this opportunity of getting more bang for their buck?
Yes, they should. Yes, they should, because there are plenty of places where you can put money and not have it tied up it can be protected, or you don't have to, you won't lose a penny, and you're getting 5% right now. And it's not locked up. You don't have to keep it in there for 3 months. You keep it in there for 1 week or whatever. I don't know, but you're still getting 5% for the year now. For the year. Remember, y'all, anytime, anywhere, someone quotes you and say what you're going to get paid, they always talk about yearly. Now, there are people who get ripped off all the time. I remember some people come to me and say, Mr. Henderson, I'm not going to invest with you because I'm going to invest in my countryman. They got a fund that pays 10% a month. And I said, 10% a month? And it says, yes. And people are getting it. And I know people getting 10% a month. And this one person's been doing it. My cousin's been doing it for a year and a half. And I said, a year and a half, I always do my watch like that. I said, come soon. Trouble comes soon.
Soon come.
Soon come trouble. If somebody tell you they're getting 5% a month, 10% a month, anything a month, I want you to just think about that. If somebody saying that here's an investment that can pay you 10% a month, 10% a month times 12 months, that's 120%. First of all the millionaires will take their money out the bank and do that because they're getting 10% a month. And the billionaires, sure enough. As a matter of fact, it'd be so hard to get into that investment until you would have to know somebody. Because if you're going to get 10% a month, they're not just going to take everybody. Why? I mean, why? You got to know somebody. How can I get 10% a month? 10% a month. If you got $1 million, that means you're getting $100,000 a month. And that means that in 1 year, you got $1.2 million plus kept your $1 million. Now, if that was the case, first of all, the federal government, there's a lot of debt, not deficit. The federal government will put money in there. You know what I mean?
So we can clear our debt.
We clear our debt out of that national debt, man. Just think about that for a second. But people don't think this simple and this clean because people always want something, grabbing. And that's why, they become victims because you want some. I remember when I first got into this business, and I was a financial planner and I was studying to get my CFP, and I had a group of guys that was in the firm. They wasn't even studying to be in CFP. They were doing stocks, and they used to send out slick advertising, telling people, preying on their greed, telling people that they could, become millionaires. And all they had to do was give them $25. And they would say, we're getting ready to come up with some new invention. And they would print up brochures and they would send it to people all over the country. And all people all over the country would give them $25,000, $50,000 just from an idea. And I used to look at them and say, y'all don't feel bad suckering people? And they said, no, we don't feel bad because they think we're suckers. They the sucker. We just outsuck them. And I say, why do you don't feel bad? Why do they think you suckers? This is Henderson. We tell them that if they put in $25,000, they're going to get $100,000 in a month. Now, who fooling who? They think that we just that stupid to give them that. So, hey, we figured that we're going to get them. We're going to beat them scamming. That's why y'all don't feel bad. And they say, no. I said, what about your conscience? They say, hey, man, somebody got to get the money. And they think that they give us $25,000 in 1 month, we're going to give them $100,000. They are fooled. And a fool and their money should surely part. That's what they believe, James. They think they was doing good. They think they was ridding the fools of the world by taking their money. That was their mindset, and people think differently. You know what I mean? People, it depends on your viewpoint, how you look at things. If you look at the glass as being half empty or half full, there's a lot of optimists says the glass is half full. There's a lot of people say, man, that glass half empty. It depends on how you view things and what's going to serve you in your best interest. Now, another fun fact that I want to talk about. This Wednesday night at 6 p.m., I'm inviting each and every one of you all to a Zoom. Yes, it's free, absolutely free, but it's educational. James, let me tell you why I want to have this Zoom. All you got to do in order to get involved is call the office. Tell them you want to get the link for the Wednesday night Zoom. This is something that is very dear to me. This is something that just should be dear to all of us. And it's understanding long-term care and how to get involved. Now, a lot of people say, Henderson, I'm glad you're talking about this because I didn't know this. Earlier this year, I talked about an investment, an annuity that I had got for some people that if you put what a minimum is 35,000, okay? So let's say you put in $50,000. This is for people who have money sitting around inside CDs or who don't really need the money, but they saving it for their grandchildren or wealth or whatever. So you put this $50,000 inside of this guaranteed insurance annuity. Okay, it's one step above annuities. I mean, one step above a CD. The difference is when you put the money in a fixed annuity paying 5%, you can't lose a penny. And it's guaranteed, you know, backed by full faith and credit of the insurance company. And you all know, I've told y'all that next to God, insurance companies have the most money on the planet, not banks. Banks can go out of business. They have to be bailed out by FDIC. Banks can't. You never heard an insurance company losing your money because next to God, the insurance company's got the most money on the planet. Don't ever, ever, ever forget that. Okay. All right. Now, so on Wednesday night, we're going to talk about long-term care. Let me read some of the stuff because a lot of people don't know this. And I need y'all to know the facts. 7 in 10 people age 65 and older will eventually need long-term care. 7 in 10. Now, 56% of long-term care does not take place in a nursing home, but in your actual home. More than half. Most long-term care isn't for medical care, but for everyday things like getting out of bed. You know, I read something this week said, now I'm 65. It says that 80% of people who are 60 years old have at least one chronic illness. Bad back, bad knees, bad shoulders, you know, something, you know, bad feet, you know, something. If you're 60 years old, 80% of all 60 years olds in the whole country got at least one chronic illness. They're taking some medication. They're taking something. They got a chronic illness. Now, if you make it to 65, I'm 65, they say 95% of 65-year-olds have at least 2 chronic illnesses. Whoa. James, where you fitting that, brother?
Dog, I'm 75, Doc, and gonna live to be 120 and know who you are. Yeah. Or were if you ain't around.
Okay, so admit to the world, how many chronic illnesses do you have?
I fight not against flesh and blood. My chronic illness is dealing with them spirits, them demons that comes from a heavenly place.
So, James, out of 95%, you in the top 5% of people that are 65 and old. You're 75, man, and you don't have no chronic illness. You know that
chronic illness is dealing with stupidity, man. People. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
When I look at that, and I'm 65 years old, I'll be 66 this year. I don't have one. I don't have 2. I have no chronic illness, and that's knock on wood, and that's blessed, James. You know, but most people are not like that. They say 65%. So we're up. We're in the 90. We're in the 5%ers. But there's a lot of people. Good Lord, but bad knees, bad back, bad feet. You know, bad something, liver, that something. You know. So reason why I like this is because, first of all, we're going to talk about long-term care. It's only 45 minutes. Okay, it's a Zoom, free. The perceptions, the realities, and the steps that you can take to prepare, to choose a date and time that's going to work for you. But Wednesday, May 8th, I want y'all to mark this at 6 p.m. Okay, I'm going to send you the link, and we're going to talk about only 45 minutes. Check this out. Here is reason why I like it, because I've done this for clients. Here's a guy that he put in he put $50,000 into this investment. It earns him 5%. That's good. Cannot lose it. That's good. But it doubles as a long-term care policy, but not at $50,000. He can get 3 times. In other words, the $50,000 is in there growing at 5%. Okay. Let's say he becomes ill where he can't get out of bed, or he needs some help to come and help him to do what he need to do or she need to do. They give that $50,000, it becomes $150,000. It's 3 times in terms of benefits. To have a nurse come in, feed you, have a nurse coming in, bathe you, have somebody coming in. It's see, most people think because they have Medicare, or even Medicaid, it doesn't do all that. But if you got money and it's sitting somewhere and you want to leave it for your grandkids or your somebody, that is good to have and not need it. Because if you don't need it, guess what's happening? It's still growing at 5%. That's just in case. A lot of people have homeowners insurance and their house is paid off just in case a fire, but you don't get nothing for that homeowners insurance. You pay that at the end of the year. You got to start over. Here, you put minimum $35,000. You just put in here. It keeps growing at 5%. You ain't lose nothing. But if all of a sudden that you need some sort of long-term care, somebody to come to your house, somebody to take care of you because your wife or your children can't, this thing all of a sudden is an insurance policy and it triples in value, and the benefits they start paying you right away. That is big. Now, if you are who listening young, you know somebody, big mama, big papa, somebody, you have a neighbor. This is what I mean by sharing. A lot of people don't even know you can get this. And the only thing you have to do is answer 5 questions. Now, you can't have cancer and be broke down and almost dead and get this. You got to at least be able to answer the 5 questions. 5 questions like, are you disabled right now? If you're disabled right now, then you already qualify for it, but you can't get it after the fact. Before you. So if you're 50, 60 years old, 70 years old, you should just, and if you have money sitting in the bank just in case you want to save it for the grandkids or whatever, save it for the grandkids. You can still do that, but have it growing at 5% and you cannot lose.
And having coverage.
And having that coverage, having protection for you just in case you need it. That is some good stuff, James T.
Rob, I was up at Disney, and a couple weeks ago when we went, we went up for the Dreamers Academy, and a gentleman that I knew for years came by to see me while I was broadcasting. Would you believe what you're talking about now? When he started his job at New York Life back in the day, I got that from my mother. My mother's deceased now, and and the attorney and the banker that was over her accounts and our businesses and all of that said, James, what made you think of that? And I said, well, she's my mom, and I have seen elderly people being placed away, being put into a nursing home and all of that, because the family can't take. Now, there's some things that if you cannot, it cannot be done at home. You have to go to a hospital or a nursing home so that you can get that kind of care. But I wanted it to be whereas anything that could be done in the house, that she could get that at home. And even when she started taking dialysis, she could have gotten it at home, but we didn't want her to be locked in the house. So what she did was she was able to go to have relationships and meet with people the 3 times a week and all of that. But that was, and I can't remember the year, but it was years ago. And Mr. Williams, James Williams was his name. He stopped by and I told him, I said, hey man, I really have to thank you. He said, James, but you were helping me. I said, not as much as you was helping me. Yeah, right. And when we have family members or friends or whatever, I mean, my grandmother had a favorite saying about uh-oh. She said, uh-oh means it's too late. You missed it because it already happened. So don't let happen. Prepare, as Robert says. Hopefully, my bet is I'm going to get older, you know. And in case I do, I want any protection I can. As a matter of fact, I don't want. I want to be in my home, and if I can get care in my home that I need, and I would want that for the people that I love.
That's right. You want to be home, and if you, now, even if you, let's say you 40 years old and you have a grandma, you could actually, for yourself, you could be the owner of the policy, but you could make the insured, the annuitant, your grandma. So then, if your grandma, okay, if your grandma becomes need some sort of care, you could take your policy that you control with the money, as you put her on as the insured, the annuity. If she becomes disabled, then she can get those benefits. Can you believe that? And if nothing happens to her, if she don't, and she down asleep, all the money still go to you. There's so many. Listen, there's so many strategies that most people don't even know, they're not aware of. That's why we talking about this stuff. There's something that you could do. You just lay out, okay, this is what I need. I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, okay, how about this and how about that? So I'm inviting you all, and I want you all to call the office on Monday. Okay. Matter of fact, you can call today. I have the answering service on, and say, call 305-825-1444 and say, here's my email. I want to register. Give your name. You got to give your name in case they take the email down wrong. Give your name and your telephone number and say, I want to register for Wednesday night at 6 p.m., 45 minutes, long-term care Zoom webinar. Okay. It doesn't cost you anything. You should know these things. The more you know, the better you are. It helps you in so many ways, and it helps other people. When you've been helped and you learn something, you become more valuable for other people that's around you. Sometimes it might not be for you, but at least you can tell other people because they don't know. They may be just watching Netflix. Here you are, you get information and you come back. Now, I don't want you to get upset because you told them, and they ain't doing about it. You've done your job. Your blessings will come. That's all you got to do, just be a vessel. Don't worry because they ain't listening. That's okay. You still don't stop talking because you are a vessel. As you get this information, you share it. You say the Henderson Financial can help you. Okay. I want you to do that. So call 305-825-1444. You can call right now. Somebody pick the phone up and just say, I want to register. Here's my name, telephone number, for them to send me the link that Mr. Henderson was talking about, understanding long-term care and how you can easily get involved into it. Now, like I said, a lot of long-term care, a lot of people don't have it because right now you got to pay $300, $400, $500 a month just in case something happens. Nothing don't happen. You lose your money. I don't like that. I don't like anything that say if you don't use it, you lose it. I can't stand that. I'm too frugal with my money. I work too hard with my money. You tell me I'm going to put something just in case, but nothing happens, I lose all my money. Oh, no. I ain't studying that. I don't like that. But if you tell me that I can put my money somewhere and it's going to grow, but just in case I need it, it's going to triple and give me the benefits so I can live a comfortable life. I want that. That right there, that's mathing to me. That makes sense. So I want y'all to do something. Be proactive. If you ain't do it for yourself, do it for your loved ones. Do it for your husband. You know he going to need it. Do it for your wife. You know she going to need it. You know what I mean? Just do it just in case. But if nothing happens, at least you still got your money. Okay?
Hey, right. And it's growing at 5%.
And it's growing at 5%. That's what's good. Give me something. Give me something. Okay. If I'm giving you my money, you got to give me something back. I want my money to be working for me. Okay. So we talked about the insurance. We talked about that. Remember, 305-825-1444. Now, I can lead the horse to the water, but I can't make you drink. So I just told y'all. It's up to you. I want to see if anybody call. Free webinar. You can look on your phone or wherever. Sit at home, and you're going to see us all on there, and we're going to discuss for 45 minutes. Okay.
Well, Rob, I'm going to salt. Wait, Rob, before you go, I'm going to salt them up. I'm going to salt them up, and they're going to call because I'm going to say, if you don't know anyone that had difficulty in aging and they did not have care, if you don't know anyone, in your lifetime with that situation, don't call. But if you know of one person that in your life that you wish that they had had long-term health care, even if it was a neighbor, because we love our neighbors. You know, you've seen people suffer or, not live a life, that you would love to live. Because long-term, as a matter of fact, Rob, they stopped the New York Life program that I got for my mom. The way it was set up, they started making that less and less.
That's
So
right.
yeah. Oh, they lowered it and lowered.
That's
But
right. Because they were losing money because people were benefiting off of it.
right, of course, of
Right.
course. So hey, if you know of anyone in your lifetime that could have used long-term health care, make the call so that you can take care of somebody else or
That's right.
yourself.
And this is a plan where you ain't paying monthly and like that. I'm gonna
Mm.
show you how to get in, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay. Robert Jr. ain't playing. I'm telling
Okay.
you the
All
truth.
right.
All right.
Now
All
go
right.
to the next one, Rob.
Okay. So next one. So let's recap. When we first started, if you just joined on, we talked about you can go back. This is Facebook. It's on forever, and we on YouTube. So we talked about don't be fooled by that 6% or 5% 3-month CD. They lying. Okay. Go back. All interest rates. Anytime someone tell you what they're gonna pay you, interest rate, it's always annualized. They can chop it up. They can say we're gonna pay you 5% every month. They can say a 30-day CD paying 5%. They ain't paying you no 5% in 30 days. It's in a year, and you divided that 5 each month. You follow me? They chop it up. Don't be fooled because they made the world so hard every day. You have to know somebody like the Henderson Financial Group to help you out and break it down to you like a 6-year-old. That's what we're doing. Today we have Financial Literacy Day, okay? So we talked about earlier about CDs, and don't be fooled by the advertisement, the advertising, okay? Now, we just segued over to fun facts, long-term care, how to get into this, how to have your cake and eat it too, how to have it and not need it, but still have it and earning 5% and not paying monthly, okay? You're just putting the money in the way we call this lazy money, all right? That's a strategy also, okay? So now let's walk through. These are real cases I'm talking to you guys about. Everything I'm talking about ain't no hearsay. This is real cases, live. This ain't no theory. This ain't no question on when was the Revolutionary War fought. I don't know. That's another one, James, that I got wrong. Hey, James, I didn't care. Hey, James, when I was a shorty going to school, they had a nerve to test me on how high was Mount Everest. I lived in the hood. I had never seen a mountain. Why would I get all geeked up? Oh man, I'm gonna study how high is Mount Everest. Well, that's the silliest stuff, the dumbest stuff. And then
No,
if you
Rob.
got it wrong, they put you in that over there in that side of the room and make your self-esteem feel bad. And people who got it right, who had mamas and daddies to help them with that foolish information, they got on that side. They self-esteem was all right.
Rob, stop, Rob. You're hurting the kids. We want the kids to be well-rounded. We want them to be well-rounded.
Okay, all right. But you know, education still today is to teach you what they want you to know so you can get a job, not so you can think. Even at that point, man, I was looking around. I was saying everybody around me ain't got no money. They all I ain't doing what they doing. I got to figure out how this money works. And that's what I'm still doing right now. I'm trying to tell you how does money work. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. We're gonna go with 3 different situations. These are real situations. Now I want y'all to go with me with this. And I want you to use your imagination. You can close your eyes. I like you watching TV, but we're getting ready to create a real story that real happened. And I'm gonna talk about 3 different people. All right. And they're 3 brothers. Well, 2 brothers and 1 sister. Okay. One brother. Here, imagine this. This one brother. This guy is 70 years old. Y'all with me? Imagine one man, 70 years old. This man has put his whole goal was when he got ready to retire at 65 years old to have his house fully paid off. How many of us think like that? Let the church say amen. Right? Let the church say amen.
Been there, done that.
Huh?
Been there, done that.
Okay, and we all know somebody who that their whole life goal is to get to heaven and have this house down here on earth paid off. Oh man, I never said that before. I never said that before. Your whole life goes to get to heaven, but before you go to heaven, have this house paid off. Take all your money as much as you could and pay off this house down here on earth. You can't take it with you. Somebody else gonna be living in it. Kids gonna sell it, but at least you paid it off. At least your money went there. Okay, let's go. Let's go. This first character. Here, this guy, 70 years old. His house paid off. He retired at 65. He living on fixed income. His overhead expenses, let's say, is $3,500 a month because he got he like get new cars and all this kind of stuff, right? So, but he tight. What I mean by the tight, think of how you standing still, and let's say he 5'9" in the water up right to his nose, 5'8". So if something happened, he can't hardly. He has to get on a tiptoe financially. He don't want to drown, but he right there. So he's bringing in $3,500 a month, and he real tight. But his house paid off. His house is paid off. Now, he been living in the house 30 years. The kitchen cabinets, they 30 years old. He got them old kitchen cabinet, door swinging off. Okay. I mean, he in the plumbing bad. The roof need to be done. His grown kids, one of them live in New York. One of them live with him, ain't working, waiting for him to die. And the other one live in California. They barely making it. God bless them. So I go to him and I say, listen, when the last time you had a vacation? He says, well, I haven't had a vacation in a long time because I can't afford a vacation. I'm getting my Social Security, I'm getting my little retirement account, and that's all I can afford. My house paid off. I see your house paid off. I said, there's something called housing wealth. You could use that house because your grown kids are grown. You got one here waiting for you to die so he can take over the house and you feel like you're going to take care of Junior. He said, yes. I said, but you haven't had a cruise. You need a new stove. The kitchen cabinets falling down. But you saving this house for who? And he says, well, the property taxes keep going up. And he said, the insurance keep going up. He said, he don't know how long he can hold out because the homeowner's insurance keep going up. And he 5'9", and that financial water is right up to his nose. And pretty soon it's gonna be 5'9". You follow me? And the house gonna be paid off, but he's miserable, James. He is miserable. So I came up with a solution. I said, listen, there's something called the new reverse mortgage, not the old one, the new one. He says, how does it work? I say, since you're 70 years old, this house is worth $500,000. I say, what you could do is the government got a program on the new reverse mortgage where they'll give you a line of credit on this paid off house, let's say of $200,000. You don't have to take 200,000. You can take 25. You can find out how much it costs to get your kitchen done and remodelize your house so you can feel good because you're only 70 years old. You're probably going to live to 85 or 90 years old. I don't know if you're going to live to, if you live to what James told me, you're going to live, you're going to show enough need more money. The longer you live, the more money you leave. So I told him, I said, listen, on the new reverse mortgage, you don't need to have a job. They ain't worried about no credit. As long as you own that paid off house, because you just got a house, but you ain't really living. So I told him that the government would give him $200,000 he can put in his pocket. Oh, but I said I wouldn't do that because you ain't had that in a long time. You may just go blow it and get Juicy Lucy and start hanging out at the strip club. I said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out of that $500,000 house free and clear because it's gonna keep going up in value. 10 years from now, it's gonna be worth more. Just do the math. I know it. So I say we're gonna earmark $200,000. We're gonna take and we're going to take 100,000 out. Now you take $100,000 out. He said, well, how much I got to pay a month? So you don't got to pay nothing a month. He said, you kidding me? I said, no, you ain't got to pay nothing a month. You can take that 100,000, you can get the kitchen remodeled, you can do whatever you do, get the roof done, get your new windows, you fine. Feel good, get your new big TV, whatever you want. He said, what about the other 100? The other 100,000, what we're going to do is just leave it in the house. And we're going to put that into the high yield interest bearing. He says, what do you mean? I said, well, if you don't take that money out and you leave it inside of the house, you don't owe nothing. But what's good about it is right now they're paying 8% per year on that money. So every year on that 100,000 that you don't take out and you leave there, you don't owe it, but it's because it's there in the walls. It's in the walls. But on that 100,000, you get 8% a year. That means $8,000. So every year, that 100,000 will grow to 8,000 more. So now you got 108,000. Next year, you got 116,000. Okay, that's in there. You can take it when you want to. If you don't want to take it, don't take it. But at least it's growing. On top of that, remember your house was valued at 500,000. How your house went up, 10% in a year. So now your house value appraised now 550,000. So you got two things going for you. You know what I mean? So but you took out 100,000 so you can remodel and get your roof and kitchen done, get a new stove and refrigerator. You feel good. That's it. That's gonna make you live. And plus, you can go take that cruise. You can go visit your brother up in New York. You could do some things. You feel good. I mean, get your teeth done. A lot of things you could do. He was ready to do it, but guess why he didn't do it? His son that living there who don't work, say, don't do it, Dad. Don't do it. I said, why wouldn't you want your father to do it? You see how this house is a mess. You don't have no job. He said, because when my father died,
I don't have a place to stay.
I don't have a place to stay. I said, first of all,
no, you did, Rob. No, you did.
Yeah, I did. First of all, you should be working somewhere. Go plait some hair. Go out there and get a bucket and wash some cars. Go and serve somebody. But if you don't want to do that, because your mind ain't telling you to do that, remember, if your father take out the $100,000, when it's time for your father to go to heaven, they're gonna give you a whole year to refinance, to sell the house, to pay them that money back. Because if it's worth $500,000 now, let's say your father live another 10 years, it may be worth $600,000 or $700,000. I don't know, but that's going to be cash to you. I don't know if you still want to stay in that house. You could take that cash, pay them people back their $100,000, and go live where you want to live. He still talked his father out of doing it, and he ain't paying one bill. Isn't that something? These are real life cases that I want you guys to understand. This is what's going on. This is how the blind leading the blind. Rather than listen to a financial advisor who foreseeing and telling you how to live right now, his father is having hardship because of him and his selfishness. And it's just not good, And
Bob, guess what's going to happen? If his father does leave and makes his transition, how is he going to pay for right under certain conditions now? How is he going to keep the house?
That's right, James.
How is he going to pay the taxes?
And the homeowner's insurance.
And the homeowner's insurance.
How is he going to do that? You follow me? So I'm going to tell y'all, which I see a lot of times, parents make the mistake by saying that they want to leave a house in the old neighborhood to 5 different kids who don't even talk to each other.
Ooh.
I see it all the time. The best thing you do is sell that house and give them all the money. They want the money anyway. You know what I mean? Now, if you have one that lived there, then that's totally different, and she's responsible. You may get one out the pack, or 2, I don't know. But this is real financial planning. So the new reverse mortgage is totally different from the old one. And then if you got a husband and wife and both of y'all over 62 years old and you still got a mortgage, man, let me tell you something. If you do the new reverse mortgage, you can pull equity out, have no monthly payments, and you don't have to pay the money back until both of y'all die. Both of y'all go to heaven. And if you got equity in the house, and if you have a paid off house, you really should be pulling that money out the wall, living now and paying nothing until you die, until both of y'all die. That's how you have your okay. That's how you use your assets. That's how you use what you have. But people, especially people of color, you tied to this brick and mortar. Man, you got to use what you have to get more. You must ask yourself, whatever I have, how do I make it do what it's supposed to do? Most people not doing that. Most people have a dog that can't fight. Most people have money and don't know how to make it do what it do. You just don't. That's why I want you to call 305-825-1444. Because at the Henderson Financial Group, we believe in thinking. That's what we do. All day long, we think financial strategy. We don't play checkers, we play chess. And we will help you, teach you, and show you all the strategies that you can use that's available to you that you just did not know anything about. I know you don't know anything about because you're too busy trying to live and survive and take care of this. Leave that up to us, the Henderson Financial Group. We can show you all kind of strategies and all kind of moves that you can use that'll protect you and help you. What do you say, James?
I say that, hey man, if you have not done it, it is not too late, no matter what the situation is. and sometimes people just say, hey, I didn't do it when I was younger, or I didn't do it when I should have. Oh, come on. Hey, I'm not living then. As a matter of fact, we were talking earlier, Rob, what we want to do is there will be a future. Now, if you so happen to be here and you're unprepared, that future could not be as good as it could be if you would check in with Henderson Financial Group.
That's right. Yeah. Let me tell you about that second guy, because I said it was three of them. So the second brother, what he did was, he got a house. His house worth about $600,000. He owed about $300,000. He getting ready to retire. He trying to figure out how he can pay his house off before he retire. I said, you ain't got to do that, man. You owe $300,000, your house worth $600,000. We're going to do the new reverse mortgage on you, and bam, you can retire, and you ain't going to make no more mortgage payments. He said, what you talking about? I said, yeah. I said, first of all, forget that $300,000 mortgage. Your house worth $600,000. You ain't got to pay it off. The government will pay it off for you, and you pay them when you die, when you dead. He said, what? How they gonna get it when I'm dead? Exactly. So he said, Henderson, you trying to tell me that I can go ahead and retire? I ain't got to worry about not retiring until I pay off my house. The government will pay off my house with this new reverse mortgage. Pay it off, where you don't have no more. They'll say you owe them when you get it back when you're dead. So now his cash flow has improved. He was trying to stick around because he wanted to pay his house off some kind of way so he can have more of a retirement income. I said, no. You can suspend those payments. Government will pay it off. And when you die, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from now, then it's come due. He says, well, how am I pay it? I said, you're going to be dead, man. I said, I don't. He said, good. Let him try to get it then. I said, on top of that, what we're going to do, since your health is good, we're going to put life insurance on you for $300,000.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I said, we're going to put life insurance for you for $300,000. He said, then when I'm dead, the life insurance company gonna pay off the reverse mortgage $300,000. Yeah, and the house gonna be free and clear again. Yeah, and I can leave it to my daughter. Yes. He said, Miss Henderson, I love you. Oh my God, love. He was ready for it. So Islam, that is a pickup story. So you say you hate to hear them bad stories. That right there, boy, you can clap your heels right there. That right there is a slam dunk. He said, oh my God, he felt so good because now his retirement, his Social Security, he can keep all that for himself. He ain't got to pay that mortgage. Only thing about the new reverse mortgage now, you got to pay the property taxes and you got to pay the homeowner insurance in case a hurricane or something bring it down. But he did it. So that's a good story. So he he owed $300,000 in a house worth $600,000, so he had to make no more payments. That helps him a lot. That cash flow, it comes to him now. So now he can go shopping and do what he want to do. Still live in the house still, going up in value. If he live another 20 years, 30 years, whatever, it's going to be worth more. And plus he got that life insurance just in case something happened, the house is paid off. That's what we do with the Henderson. So that's the second guy. The third guy, he has a house and this house paid off. So what we did, let me tell you what we did. His house paid off. His house worth about $500,000 too. You know what we do? We took out $50,000 from the new reverse mortgage. We took the 50. Now he don't make no payments on that, right? He still got the house. We took the $50,000 out of reverse mortgage. Okay, he wrote a check because they give you a check. We went and did that long-term care policy. We put $50,000 in there. Now it's earning 5%, right? Remember the CD? Remember the annuity, 5%. Plus it gives him $150,000 of long-term care. So he took one asset and turned it into two, right? Oh my God. And then we took some of the money, remember, put it into a line of credit inside the house, earning 8%. Man, there's some good stories out there when the people listen and they open and receptive to saying, how do I figure this out, Mr. Henderson? That's some good stuff.
888 what, Rob? 888?
That's right. 305. 305. 305-825-1444. 305-825-1444. I need y'all to call today, call Monday, and get on that Zoom for Monday at 6 p.m. All right, 305-825-1444. That's the Henderson Finance Group. We're having a nice 45-minute Zoom to help you learn about this long-term care policy. That's an investment, pay you 5%, plus it double or triple the value in terms of long-term care, just in case you need it. If you don't need it, then the money just keep growing. You have access to it, so you're in good shape. All right. Hope y'all learn something.
Yeah, right. Hey, and I think that Bob Marley tune that you was talking about was titled "One Drop."
Yes, it was. Yes, right. How you, man, Jane? It took you. Hey, it don't take you long.
I said, wait a minute, that can't be the title. That must in the song, and I think
it's
one.
It's
drop.
in the song. It's called One Drop.
One drop. Why did they make the world so hard?
Why did they make the world so hard? It was one. I used to play that album so much, man. That James. That was in the late 70s, early 80s, right? When that came out.
Oh, Rob. Yeah. Well, let's see, Bob. Wait. I don't want to get into that. I don't know what year that was. My life has been so whatever, Rob.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That's when that album came out.
Dates I remember. Album. You got okay, and you used to listen. Okay. Well, the Marley
Brothers
are having a concert too. The Marley Brothers are coming to South Florida. The Marley Brothers are having a big concert. I forget the date, but it's coming to Bayfront here in Miami. And usually when the Marley family, Damien and all of them, Julian, hey, everybody comes. Hey, other artists come as well. So they're going to have a big thing here in Miami. They're calling it I think the Marley Brothers Tour. Yeah.
Oh, that's good, man.
Yeah, man. I when Bob passed, I did the first the only reggae concert I ever did was with Jimmy Cliff. I did it as remembering Bob, and Rita and the family. Everybody came up. Yeah.
Oh man, that was beautiful. I know that was a beautiful thing, huh?
Oh man. Hey, people were lined up. Agora Ballroom. I think it's in Hollywood or Dania. Yeah. When I drove up there and saw the line of people of all colors. Yeah. Bob was an international artist.
His words were so powerful and his message was so good, man.
Yeah.
Peace and love. Just get along,
Yeah. Oh yeah. One love.
All right, man. I hope they learned something today. You think they learned something today, James?
Yeah, I know they did. I know they heard something that they didn't know today. Now, whether they're going to, like you said, Rob, you get the information, you need comprehension, and then you need application. So it's knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. So if they follow those three things, Rob, hey, they're going to be all right.
Yes. Life is about learning and about sharing and helping people. So share this information to a loved one, okay? And you learn it too. As you learn it, then you can help other people, because that's what life is about, empowering yourself so you can help your loved ones in your community. You know, that's why it's called we shall overcome, not I shall overcome. We shall overcome. You had first it had to be an I, and then the I, then you help somebody else and become a we. That's how it works. You know,
And
listen,
don't let fear, a lack of understanding, don't let that stop you from asking the questions. A lot of times people, they fear prevents them from even taking a step, you know, because, well, I don't know this and I don't know. Well, you don't know, so ask.
yeah, fear makes you do things that you shouldn't do and keep you from doing the things
You
that
ought
you
to.
should do. And that's
Yeah.
something. That's what fear. That's how fear is. It's just crippling. Fear is
Mm,
not of. It's not of the Father. It's from the
okay.
dark side. It's not from the light side. It's not from the Father. It's not from the creative source. It's not. It's a down. It's down. It's in the darkness. Okay. But listen, James, we need prayer because I got a
Okay.
busy day today, and
Woo.
we need prayer because
Good
people
enough.
out there need it. And I know you have the words for it, brother.
Oh,
Let's do it.
hey, Father God, we thank you for this opportunity that you've given us to come together on this Saturday. And we ask that you would bless all those that will hear this, whether they were with us today or they'll hear it in the future. And we pray that we have said something that will touch their lives so that they will touch the life of others and take steps of getting that knowledge, that understanding, and that wisdom, the application, so that they can be blessed and become a blessing to others. For truly, if we are going to show you how much we love you, we have to continue to grow and recognize that you have placed us on this earth for a purpose. I've spoken with young people before and told them if we would ask, who am I? Where did I come from? And why am I here? It will be the beginning of connecting with that greater that's in us. And we thank you for being in us and being present with us today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Let the church say amen. Now, listen, those of y'all who heard about the new reverse mortgage and that scenarios that I gave you, please call the office because at the Henderson Financial Group, we specialize also in reverse mortgage. Hyacinth and Tavares are very good at putting that strategy together. They license. They can set you up and do all the paperwork and guide you through it. So call the office. Call the office. Don't go calling some stranger. You got the information from here. This is the source. This is the way you tithe that. I ain't asking for no money. You're tithing. That means you're supporting this program by calling us. If we're telling you something, we want you to know it. We want you to do business with us. I would need to say that. We want you to do business with us, not take all that information that we help you with and give it to somebody else. Damn it, they ain't tell you. We told you. We told you. Don't go to some stranger. They ain't breaking. We told you. So come
Rob,
back to us because we told you.
Rob, wait, I gotta say this, Rob. I was mentoring, counseling, talking with a person, and someone shared with me and reminded me of something Dr. Claude Anderson on a program when I used to do Hot Talk back in. Ye- Money does not turn over in our community one time, but
That's right.
in other cultures, there are cultures where before the money will leave out of their culture, 5 people within the culture has to benefit from it
That's
before it
right.
will ever go outside.
What that's a
Now,
motto with the Jewish community, you know,
woo, hey,
and
Rob,
and the Spanish community, and
hey,
especially the Asian community.
we wake up everybody. Wake up everybody. Hey, we have the resources. We have the money. We have all the tools that we need. So why wouldn't we want to do business with people? And that doesn't show hate to other cultures. It just shows love for yourself. We love you and there's nothing you can do about it.
Peace, love, and happiness. Call 305-825-1444 and support our business. That's why we're giving it to you. It don't cost you nothing. We give you this knowledge, this gems, support us, man. Because the more we get support, the more we can support you. We need love back. We need it. All right. Call 305-825-1444. And you can also go to our website, www.thehendersonfinancialgroup.com. www.the, okay, you got to say thehendersonfinancialgroup.com and support us so we can support you even more. Love you, peace, happiness, and be safe. One love. All right, James. Got a date. We got a lot to do today.
Mm.